What if this year isn't just another year, but the year everything changes? Most people wait for money to arrive before they believe in themselves, but successful people know something different. Wealth sends signals before it shows up. The problem is, almost everyone ignores them. Right now, you may be experiencing moments that feel confusing, restlessness, pressure, or a strong desire for more. These feelings aren't random. They are signs of growth. They appear when your mindset, habits, and direction start aligning with success. In this video, I'm going to share 5 powerful signs that indicate you are on the path to becoming rich this year. These signs are not about luck, shortcuts, or overnight success. They are about internal shifts that quietly change your future. If you recognize even one of these signs, pay close attention. Because once you see them, there's no going back. This message might be exactly what you need right now. Sign 1. Your mindset has quietly shifted. One of the clearest indicators that wealth is moving towards you is an internal shift. Most people don't notice at first. Your thoughts are no longer noisy or impulsive. They are intentional. Instead of asking, "How can I make money fast?" you start asking deeper questions, like "How can I become valuable?" This change shows maturity. It means you're no longer reacting to life, you're designing it. You begin to understand that money is not the goal, but a result. As a result, you stop copying shortcuts and start building foundations. You pay attention to how successful people think, decide, and handle pressure. Your focus moves from temporary wins to systems that can grow over time. This mindset makes you selective with your energy, time, and attention. Another powerful change is how you view problems. What once felt like obstacles now look like training. You stop complaining and start analyzing. Every setback becomes feedback. This mental discipline separates those who dream about wealth from those who attract it. You may not see financial proof yet, but internally, you are already operating at a higher level. You also become more self-aware. You recognize habits that keep you stuck and consciously work to replace them. Discipline starts to feel empowering, not restrictive. You delay small pleasures for long-term freedom, even when no one is watching or praising you. Most importantly, this mindset shift makes you calm. You are no longer desperate. You trust the process because you know you are becoming the kind of person who can handle wealth responsibly. When your thinking changes this deeply, money doesn't need to be chased. It eventually follows. Sign 2. You can no longer tolerate a small life. A strong sign that wealth is approaching is a deep internal discomfort with staying where you are. This is not jealousy or comparison with others. It is a personal realization that your current level no longer matches your potential. What once felt acceptable now feels limiting. This dissatisfaction is important. It creates pressure, and pressure creates growth. You start noticing how routine drains you. Repeating the same days, conversations, and outcomes feels heavy. You crave progress, not comfort. This doesn't mean you hate your life. It means you refuse to settle for less than what you're capable of becoming. This inner tension pushes you to question old choices and outdated goals. Your tolerance for wasted time becomes very low. You become more selective about where you go, who you listen to, and what you consume mentally. Entertainment without purpose feels empty. You want meaning, direction, and results. This shift often feels lonely because not everyone around you understands your urgency. Another powerful change is that fear no longer controls your decisions the way it used to. The fear of regret becomes stronger than the fear of failure. You would rather try and learn than remain stuck wondering, what if? This courage doesn't make you reckless, it makes you intentional. This discomfort is not a problem, it's a signal. It means your inner standards have risen. When you can no longer tolerate a small life, you naturally begin expanding your actions, goals, and expectations. That expansion is where growth lives, and growth is where wealth eventually finds you. Sign 3. You begin to notice and act on opportunities. Another powerful sign that wealth is drawing closer is a sharp increase in awareness. Opportunities were always around you, but now you actually see them. Your mind becomes alert to patterns, gaps, and possibilities others overlook. This awareness doesn't come from luck. It comes from readiness. When your thinking and standards rise, your vision expands automatically. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. Instead, you learn to move with what you have. You understand that most opportunities arrive incomplete, requiring effort, courage, and learning. Rather than hesitating, you take calculated steps. Even small actions feel meaningful because they move you forward. A major change happens in how you respond to uncertainty. You no longer freeze when outcomes aren't guaranteed. You accept that progress involves risk, and growth demands decision-making without full clarity. This mindset allows you to enter rooms, conversations, and projects you once avoided. Each step increases your exposure and experience. You also become proactive instead of reactive. Rather than waiting for instructions or permission, you create momentum. You reach out, ask questions, and explore paths that align with your goals. This initiative separates dreamers from builders. Builders don't wait. They test, adjust, and continue. What truly sets this sign apart is follow-through. Many people recognize chances, but few act. You, however, commit. You show up consistently, even when excitement fades. Over time, these actions compound. Opportunities turn into connections, connections turn into results, and results create leverage. When you start recognizing and acting on opportunities like this, you are no longer dependent on luck. You are positioning yourself. And when positioning meets preparation, wealth stops being a hope and starts becoming a direction. Sign 4. You prioritize growth before income. A clear indicator that wealth is on its way is your willingness to grow before you earn. You begin to value improvement more than immediate rewards. Instead of asking what pays the fastest, you focus on what strengthens your abilities. This shift shows long-term thinking and self-respect for your potential. You intentionally place yourself in learning environments, whether through reading, mentorship, practice, or observation. You stay curious. You no longer see learning as a phase of life that ends. It becomes a lifestyle. Every new skill you develop increases your confidence and expands what you can offer to the world. Another important change is how you handle mistakes. You stop seeing them as failures and start using them as data. Each error teaches you what to refine. This mindset allows you to improve faster than those who quit at the first difficulty. Progress becomes measurable, not emotional. You also understand the value of patience. Growth takes time, and you stop rushing the process. Instead of jumping from one thing to another, you commit to mastery. This commitment builds depth, and depth creates demand. People begin to trust your judgment and abilities. By choosing growth before income, you build a strong foundation. Money earned on weak skills disappears quickly, but money built on real value lasts. When your focus remains on becoming better each day, wealth doesn't arrive as a surprise. It arrives as a result. Sign 5. You stay consistent, even when no one is watching. The final sign that wealth is moving toward you is quiet consistency. You continue showing up even when progress feels slow and recognition is absent. This discipline is not fueled by motivation, but by commitment. You understand that real success is built in silence, long before it becomes visible. You develop the ability to work without immediate feedback. While others quit when results don't appear quickly, you remain steady. You trust that effort compounds over time. This patience allows you to build momentum that most people never reach because they stop too early. Another key shift is emotional control. You no longer let temporary moods decide your actions. Whether you feel inspired or tired, you maintain your standards. This reliability makes you dependable, not just to others, but to yourself. Self-trust becomes one of your strongest assets. You also accept delayed rewards. You resist the urge to constantly check outcomes and instead focus on execution. This detachment from instant gratification keeps your energy focused on progress, not pressure. Over time, this mindset protects you from burnout and impulsive decisions. Consistency shapes identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who finishes what they start. This identity attracts opportunities, partnerships, and respect. When discipline becomes natural and persistence becomes normal, wealth is no longer uncertain. It becomes a matter of time, not chance. If you recognized yourself in these signs, take it seriously. Growth always begins internally before it becomes visible externally. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and trust the process you are building. Remember, wealth is not just about money. It's about becoming the right person to handle success when it arrives. If this video gave you clarity or motivation, like it, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe to Purpose Deen for more meaningful content. May Allah grant you wisdom, consistency, and halal success, and open doors you never imagined. Comment Ameen below to accept this prayer and declare your intention for growth.